Okay, so for this first example, I've got a path that I've made, and this is going to be for a factory, and I want a conveyor system to move a load of boxes around this path, basically. So over in layout, I've got my path here. So I am just going to run super spline. I want it a closed path because I want it to loop round, and then just wait a few seconds, and there it is. So let's just reduce our grid size, and you can see here that we've got our path set up exactly as we had it in Modeler. So first off, I'm just going to calculate length, and that's giving me a 29.605 meters. So I'm going to copy that and go into Modeler, and I have got this little piece of conveyor belt that I want to use for my model. So I'm just going to extrude that, and I'm going to extrude it by the length that we were given in our panel. Okay, so that's given us a nice long conveyor, and then we just need some divisions in that. So I'm just going to use multiply more Julienne 2, and that is Z. I'm going to go 200 divisions. There we go. Okay, so we get something like that, and then let's just give that a color. So I'm just going to select these polys here, and I'm going to call that belt. Okay, so we go back over to layout, and let's just make sure that's at 0. We are going to select our spline. Let's just make sure we've got spline, yet. And we are going to add bones, and I reckon we're going to go 200 bones. Let's just make sure it's nice, and we get some nice curves and things on there, and then we can just hide those bones. We select our conveyor belt and fit object. Okay, so that's looking good. Let's just change this to be none, and we're not actually editing the spline shapes here, so I'm just going to turn those off just so we've got, we can see what we're doing. Right, and then I'm going to select my spline, and I'm going to add an instance generator. And in here I've got some legs or supports over here, so I'm just going to add the support here, and then in instance generator I'm just going to select spline and distribution, use orientation, and let's just set that to be textured solid. And you can see now we've got supports and legs for our conveyor belt. And let's go in shaded solid. Let's turn on the headlight there. Okay, so now that's set up, what I want to do is add some animating boxes on here. So what I'll do is I'll select the spline, and I'm going to hit P for properties, and we're going to add a instance generator, and then I'm just going to add this box that I've created, textured shaded solid, and set that to spline. You can see there a box has appeared, and we're going to distribute our boxes. Let's just have something like 50. Okay, use orientation. What I want to do is have a looping animation, so I want these to continuously loop without any kind of glitches at the loop point. So what I'm going to do, hit calculate length, 29.605. So I will copy that value, come into the offset of my instancing, and I'm just going to create a key at 480, and I'm going to paste that value in. Okay, now if we go to the end of our animation, 480 and 0, you can see that actually loops perfectly. And if I hit play, we've got a seamless loop, super quick to set up. It's just so easy, and you can really get the power of instance generator with the spline. Obviously you'll spend more time than I have, but you know, it just shows how quick this thing is to set up.